Well, hello YouTube. This is going to be a first for me. You could probably tell it's going to be the first video on my channel here. So, bear with me as I get the wheels turning a little bit. I start talking about myself a little bit, start talking about the channel, start talking about the game, blah, 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 blah. But let me introduce myself for a minute here. My name is Aaron, and I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming this game. I'm going to be streaming a few other games. And in the future, once I beat these games, I'll be moving on to new games. So, stay tuned if you want to see that kind of stuff. I'm going to be uploading episodes from those streams here on YouTube. And like I said, this is going to be the first one. So, let's go ahead and get started. This is a game called Bloons Tower Defense 6, or Bloons TD6 for short. It doesn't really matter if you're not familiar with the game and you're jumping in at the sixth game. It's not like Call of Duty where you kind of need context to follow what's going on and like in a story and all that stuff. There's not really a story to this game. It's just the sixth version of the game, and it's the most recent one. So this is where you're gonna want to. This is where you want to be if you want to jump in the game. And we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll talk about the game, and I'll talk about what's going on here on the channel a little bit more as we progress through the tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. I will preface the tutorial by saying this is a light strategy game. It is originally meant for children or younger audiences, but because the original Bloons Tower Defense game was also made for children, and that game came out in the early 2000s or so, a lot of the fans of those games are about my age now, or if not older. So, it stands to reason that this game, the sixth installment, is also for a little bit older audiences. It's not like the easiest game in the world, but it's still cartoony and it's still simple at heart. It's not like Dark Souls or anything like that. So let's go ahead and jump in. As you can see, our first screen here is it's like a war room almost, like a debriefing room. It's kind of intense for a first screen. But we see a photo, or like maybe like a capture of like a video feed or something like that, and it says, "The balloons have taken over your town," and we see a bunch of rogue balloons, like rubber balloons, in the middle of some village with, I don't know, nothing's really happening, but you could assume that the balloons maybe are attacking the village or something like that. Let's go ahead and take it back, and here we are, we're thrown into the game here. This is going to be the main gameplay screen right here, and we're going to be seeing this a lot. So just take it in, keep an eye out for different buttons and different things going on here, different numbers, different icons, blah 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 blah. I'll talk through it, but just keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. Stop the balloons from getting through. Let's go ahead and place a dart monkey to get started. Let's place another dart monkey, then click play. So, the whole deal with this game is that we have this track here. You see we have some arrows pointing along the track and off the track as we exit it. And that we'll see what that means in a minute, but in order to progress the game, we need to place these monkeys here. We have a bunch of monkeys here on the right sidebar here. And once we place one on the track, they're going to be equipped with some kind of weapon or tool or something like that. And that is because once we click play, we're going to see those balloons mentioned in the video feed picture that we saw earlier. We're going to see those balloons coming through the track, and the monkeys are going to be popping them with their weapons. So that's basically the concept of the game. We just have a bunch of balloons progressing through the track, and we have to pop them with our monkeys. And I'm not popping them myself. I'm not directly controlling the monkeys as they attack. but I am placing the monkeys, so I have to determine where to place them and where their range covers and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not actually attacking the balloons directly. I'm actually going to see if we have some music, because my voice might be kind of dry at first, so I'm going to turn up the music and turn up the sound effects just a little bit, so it's not just my dry voice the whole time. But let's go ahead and continue. That round was easy, right? Click play to start the next round. Okay, if you say so. Now, you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. I do have sparkling water here, so if my voice gets kind of raspy or like it sounds like I've got to clear my throat, I probably do. So just, you know, bear with me a little bit. Clearing balloon rounds earns your monkeys experience. Your dart monkey, or your dart monkeys, have enough experience to unlock an upgrade. Alright, and we see this dart monkey icon in the upgrades button is lit up here. So let's go ahead and click on that. And you can see we're taken to a new screen, which shows what looks to be some kind of skill tree, like an RPG type skill tree. And it pretty much functions the same way. I would say it's slightly different than a traditional RPG skill tree if you're a gamer and you know what I'm talking about. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Each monkey type has 5 upgrades in 3 paths. Unlock one of them now. And you can see these are the upgrades that this general monkey is talking about. So you've unlocked the upgrade, but still need to apply it to the monkeys in-game. Click a monkey now. And what that means is, so we've unlocked the upgrade and we have access to the upgrade, but now that we have access to the upgrade, we actually need to buy it with in-game cash, which is what I'm going to do right now. So now this monkey in particular, not this one, but this monkey in particular has sharper shots which can pop more balloons. And, you know, it's not much of an upgrade now. It's something, it's better than nothing, but as we get further and further down the skill tree, the upgrade tree, I should say, we're going to see better and better upgrades with different abilities and powers and all that kind of stuff. So, we'll get there. And now we have this new hooded monkey, looks kind of fancy, and he's got a bow and arrow, asking if we need some help. Quincy is a monkey hero that upgrades himself during the game. He can pop several balloons per shot, which is great news. So let's go ahead and place him right in between these dart monkeys here.
Nothing gets past my bow.
And you can hear he's got his own unique voice lines and everything, so it's pretty obvious he's special in some way, but we don't quite know why yet. And like I said, there's not like a story to this game or anything, so if you feel like you're missing some kind of story and you're like, what is going on? Why are there monkeys and balloons and in towns here? You're not really missing anything. It's just a silly game concept, so you just gotta roll with it. So we can see that we have some red balloons and some blue balloons, which you might have noticed have red balloons in them when you pop them. Each time one of these monkeys pop a blue balloon, a red balloon pops out, and you have to pop that one as well, which is how the balloons get stronger and stronger. They kind of nest inside of each other like those Russian nesting dolls. So As we progress through the game, you're going to see different colors of balloons that have smaller and smaller balloons within them. So that's how they get stronger. So now we have some greens, which have blues, which have reds. So you can imagine if we had like a swarm of like hundreds of greens, we wouldn't be able to pop them just because there's too many balloons in them. Oh, now we got our first level up, which is great news. And we get a choice to unlock a new monkey out of this sidebar here, but we only get a choice of 5 out of the, I don't know, like 30 that you can see here on the side. And that is because we are only able to unlock what are called primary monkeys at first. We have to unlock all the primary monkeys before moving on to different monkeys. And what it means by primary monkeys is that they attack with some kind of basic attack. It's nothing special. It's not like they don't have a gun, or they don't have a magic attack, that they don't support other monkeys in a way. So they call them primary attacks just because they're so simple and, easy concepts to grasp at first. So we're just gonna go in order and just unlock the boomerang monkey first, and we'll get to the next category of monkeys when we get there, and I'll talk about those. But for right now, we're just worried about the primary monkeys. Now let's see. I'm gonna talk about what's going on the UI screen a little bit. So we've got our lives here, or HP you could say, with a little heart here in the top left corner above my face cam. That signifies how many times a balloon can get to the end, and specifically a red balloon. How many times a red balloon can get to the end before we lose. So if we have a bunch of red balloons, like 20 red balloons, and they all get to the end, then we lose 20 lives. If a bunch of blue balloons get through, those are worth twice as much as a red balloon. So if we get 20 blue balloons through the exit, then that's 40 lives lost, and so on and so forth. If we get to 0, we lose. Otherwise, we win. We have our cash here, or in-game money, and this is going to be used to buy new monkeys, like this boomerang monkey here, or upgrades, like this guy had here with the sharp shots. Now I can't buy any more upgrades because I need to unlock them with experience points, but we will get there in just a second. And in-game cash can also be used, I think I want to say in like a strategic way with certain upgrades. Like you can buy stuff and it'll affect other towers when you buy that stuff, but we're not quite there yet, so we'll get there when we get there. Now I'm gonna worry about some upgrades, as we have a little bit of XP now. So we got our dart monkey upgraded a bit, and we'll get this guy upgraded in just a minute.
You want some?
So now we have access to quick shots, which makes the dart monkeys shoot faster, or long range darts, which make him shoot further. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do quick shots, and you're gonna notice something about the long range darts when I click this. So now that we have quick shots, we cannot buy the long range darts. And that is because the way this game works is that if you have 2 upgrades in any particular tree, the 3rd upgrade path is going to be completely locked off for the rest of the game for this particular monkey. So if I do long range darts on this one, then the middle path is going to be closed for the rest of the game. You can't sell an upgrade. You can sell the whole tower, but you can't sell a single upgrade and go back on the tree. So once you commit to an upgrade, you're just gonna have to keep it for the rest of the game unless you sell the monkey itself. But that's okay because, you know, it's a tutorial, so there's nothing that's gonna be too hard to handle no matter what upgrades we get. And I see we got another upgrade we can unlock here, so that's great. And that just makes him shoot even faster. So, I have not really talked about this guy here with the bow. His name's Quincy, and he's got his own unique name and voice lines and outfit and everything. So his whole deal is that they mention he's a monkey hero, and what that means is that he has his own special attacks, like this crossbow, which can bounce off target to target, and he levels himself. So instead of buying upgrades with cash,
You want some?
he just earns upgrades automatically with XP over time. So he's already level 2, and he'll be level 3 soon. And once he reaches level 3, he'll unlock a rapid shot ability, which I can activate manually. So, you know, just keep an eye out for that. But all the other monkeys in the game don't have those properties, so that's why they call him a monkey hero, because he's just different from the rest, and he's stronger in that way. You can kind of say he looks like a superhero. He kind of looks like Hawkeye from Marvel a little bit. So yeah, here we go. Got our activated abilities. These create powerful temporary effects to help you win. Choose carefully when to use them, as each one has a cooldown before it can be used again.
Yes.
So if we look at the bottom left corner here, under my face cam, on the bottom of the screen, we have this crossbow symbol with like a timer that's counting down. And once we have that available to us, then I can activate it, and Quincy will shoot faster for a couple seconds, and that's what that does. And after I use it, it'll have to cool down for a little bit. So once I get to Quincy, I'm gonna go ahead and activate it. Maybe not. Maybe they won't even get to Quincy. Oh, here we go.
Come on.
Nah, we didn't really get to see it, but he gets a little glow around him. He's got his own voice line, and assuming there was a swarm of balloons around him, he'd be able to pop them all pretty easily. So that's what that ability does. So now that we have the tutorial done, we got a little bit of cash, or monkey money, they call it in the game. It looks like cash, but they call it monkey money. And we get a splash screen that says welcome home, and we get our first look at the true main menu of the game, or the lobby if that's what you want to call it, but this is not a multiplayer game by default, so you can call it the home screen, splash screen, whatever. And we're gonna go ahead and take a tour of this menu before I actually hop into the game. So, you know, if you want to skip ahead to the actual gameplay, feel free. But I'm gonna take a tour of all these different buttons and menus and all that stuff for anybody who doesn't know what's going on in the game. But I do want to clarify, I have played this game before. I'm pretty experienced at it. I've gotten pretty far in the game before, and I know what's going on in the game. So no, don't feel a need to backseat and tell me what stuff does, because I do know what it does. I'm just not playing on that save file right now because I don't want to jump into a series at like level 100 or something like that. So I restarted for the sake of the series, and we're gonna, you know, do this all together, and you're gonna see me progress through the game. And like I said, for anyone who doesn't know what's going on in the game, I'm gonna walk through basic mechanics and all that kind of stuff. So with that out of the way, I would also like to clarify, I mentioned I'm going to be streaming this every week on Twitch, which I did actually on Sunday on the 23rd. However, I actually lost that whole stream because I forgot to save it to Twitch after I recorded it. So it was about 3.5 hours worth of gameplay and talking with chat and everything like that. And it's lost now, so I just restarted again, and I'm actually just recording this. I'm not live on Twitch, but I'm just recording this in OBS. So the next week worth of Bloons content is going to be recorded just in my room here, not live, just me talking to myself, like a let's play style type thing. But after this, and for the other games that I'm going to be playing, they're all going to be live, and I should have them, you know, uploaded as Twitch clips and not like pre-recorded episodes. So if pre-recorded episodes are not your style, just feel free to skip to episode 8 of this series. But otherwise, stick around, and you know, we're just going to be playing together for about 3.5 hours. So yeah, I'll see you there. So let's go ahead and get started with the tour here. And I'm just going to be going through each button and each like monkey here, and this thing that's like jumping up and down, and this thing like that's glowing, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started here. In the top right corner, we have this icon here, like a profile picture. We've got our name, we've got custom profile pictures that you can buy in-game for in-game currency, which we do not have yet, but there are some that are unlocked by default. I'm not going to change mine quite yet, just because we don't really know what all these monkeys do and their names and all that stuff quite yet, so I'm just not going to change mine yet. We also have some banners that we can buy with in-game money, and I don't have any of them unlocked yet, so we won't worry about that yet. We've got online status, because while this is not a multiplayer game by default, it is an online game and you can play multiplayer. So we've got online status or offline status. We've got public stats. So if you want to show people how many balloons you've popped over time, how many games you've won, how many games you've lost, how many medals you've earned, all that stuff, it's going to be right here. You've got your profile pictures and banners here too. You've got something that I will talk about later, but basically you can just name each monkey their own custom name. Like instead of a dart monkey, you can call them like a Shuda or something like that. So the dart monkey will be called that from then on, but we don't have access to that yet, so that's all good. And you've got your medals here, so every time you win a game, you earn a medal. You've got those here. You got your heroes here, the heroes you like to use, like Quincy or other heroes that I will show off in just a minute. And your top monkeys that you like to use. So as we unlock more monkeys and use them, all those will be shown here. So that's the player card, and if you're playing online and you click on somebody's name, all that stuff will pop up as you click on their name. So that's that. You got your XP bar, which is going to show you your overall XP as you progress through the game. And this is going to be different from the XP that you get for unlocking monkey upgrades. So, you know, just something to think about. Got your monkey money here in the top right corner, and that's going to be the money that you get for winning games and for completing challenges and quests and daily runs and stuff like that. You can buy it with microtransactions with real money, but it is not necessary at all. You get monkey money really easily in the game, so this is kind of just a way to support the devs. And you know, if you really need a lot of monkey money really quickly, then, you know, just go ahead and buy it. But you know, you don't really need to buy it. Moving on to the left side here with these buttons, you got your settings buttons with your account settings, hotkeys, volume settings, music settings, all that kind of stuff. Update patch notes if you want to read all that stuff. You got your achievements right here. You've got all these achievements, and they tell you how to get them, and you can search through the achievements to find what you're looking for if you're trying to hunt for a certain one. All that good stuff. And this is actually going to be the screen that I'm kind of most interested in, because as the title suggests, I would like to 100% this game, and to me that means getting all the achievements, unlocking all the different monkeys and their skins, and maybe getting as many cosmetic items as possible. I'm not quite sure yet, but at the very least, I would like to get all the achievements. So, hopefully, you know, if I stick with it, hopefully y'all will stick with me through that journey, and it'll take as long as it needs to take. I'm aware that there's some achievements that are kind of ridiculous to do. However, like I said, if I stick with it, I would hope that at least some people would stick with it with me. So, you know, if you want to stick around for that journey, feel free. You could say you were a part of it. Anyways, let's move on to the next tab here. We just have another store tab for microtransactions and some, I think some merch. Is that merch? No, this looks like merch. We've got another store here, but this is going to be in-game money. Now these are trophies, which you can earn in-game in special game modes, which I will talk about soon. We can't really earn trophies quite yet, but once we can, we'll be able to buy whatever we want in this store, which is going to be cosmetic items. We've got some monkey skins, monkey backgrounds, we've got profile pictures, banners, like I said, balloon skins. We've got like things you can place down on the track and have them be cosmetic things, like this farm chicken here. You'll be able to place him on the track with other monkeys, and he'll just kind of chill out and hang out. So that's fun. And here in the middle of the screen, we've got a few things to look at and to see what's up. We've got a daily chest here, which will refill every day. It works a little bit differently than other dailies in other games, because some other games will have it be rotating as you progress through the day. And what I mean by that is, if I were to stop playing this game for a week and come back in a week and open the daily chest, usually that daily chest would be on day 7, and I would get the reward for day 7, and I wouldn't get the rewards for days through 2 through 6. But this game's a bit different in that every time I open the chest, it progresses the rewards by 1 day. So if I come back in a week and open this chest, it's going to be on day 2 rather than day 7, and so on and so forth. So even though I'm going to be playing this game once a week, I'm going to be getting every reward in the chest very slowly, if that makes sense. We've got this monkey here with an exclamation mark. And as you might guess, if you're a RPG gamer, this monkey has a bunch of quests for us to do. And it's not like an RPG where you just, you know, walk around and complete something and come back. You actually have to go in the game and, you know, complete the quest, and she'll give you a reward for it. It's not like an RPG where you get like friendship points or something. Like, you're not gonna get a reward from her. You're not gonna get like a What am I trying to say here? It's not an RPG, is basically what I'm trying to say. So, no friendship points, no like community points or something like that. I'm not too sure. I'm not like the biggest RPG gamer myself, so it's just you know, it's just a symbol of what it is. It's not really a RPG. Anyways, sorry, I tripped over my words a lot there. You've got this red gift box here, which we can't access yet till level 30. And I will talk about that once we get to level 30. And by level 30, it means this XP bar up here. And we can't talk to this guy either until level 20. So I will do that when I can. And finally, for the last leg of the tour here, we've got a bunch of buttons down here on the bottom of the screen. So we've got your monkeys tab, which shows you all the different monkeys in the game, and you can click on each monkey and see their upgrades, and you can see we've got some spare XP to spend here, and some spare XP to spend here, and as we unlock the different monkeys, we'll be able to unlock all their XP as we play the game. Now, like I said, I'm not a stranger to the game, so I would like to explain that it might be kind of confusing how the XP system works in this game, because there's just so many different things to unlock. You might say, oh, do all the primary monkeys share an XP pool, and do all the military monkeys share an XP pool, and so on and so forth? And the answer is no. Each monkey has its own XP pool, and if I were to buy this upgrade for the dart monkey, it does not affect the XP for the boomerang monkey, and so on and so forth. So you don't really have to worry about like saving XP and planning out what upgrades you want to buy and when. So that's cool. And how the upgrading works, I kind of talked about it a little bit in the tutorial, but even though these upgrades persist out of the game and you can, you know, upgrade them out of the game, that does not mean that every time you place a dart monkey in the game, it will have all these upgrades on it. What I mean by that is that when you place a dart monkey in the game, it's not going to be like all souped up and upgraded and like really strong out of the gate. It'll have access to all this stuff, and you can buy it with in-game cash, but it will not have them automatically when you place it down in the game. I'll talk about that more once we get into the actual game, but these are not like permanent upgrades that they just have forever, you know? Anyways, next we have the Heroes tab, which is going to be monkeys like Quincy, which have special leveling abilities, and they have their special activated abilities and voice lines and all that stuff. They're all unique in the way that their character design is, and their sprite art looks and all that stuff. They all have different weapons, they all attack differently, they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. They all have their own unique upgrade trees, which of course we'll get into as we unlock all the different monkeys. But they all cost a certain amount of monkey money to unlock. So as we earn monkey money, I'll be hitting up every hero and talking about what they do. So that will be a bit of a journey, but we'll get through it. Next we have the Legends tab, which is going to be an actual DLC for the game. I have not played it yet. It's kind of brand new. It just came out like last month, I think, in January. I don't really know anything about it. I haven't seen any gameplay about it. I haven't read anything about it, so I don't know what's going on in the game or in this DLC pack. But maybe if I 100% the game and I want to keep playing, then I'll buy this. But maybe not. I don't really know. This game by itself is pretty huge already, and it's like $10 just to buy the base game. So it's got more than enough content for me, but you know, we'll see what's going on later when the time comes. Next, we have the actual play button, which brings you into the main game. And the way it does that is by showing you all the different maps that you can choose from. And these maps are going to be like the tutorial that we saw. It's going to be a single path with a bunch of turns and curves and all that stuff, and an exit. And you can see where there's open space to place monkeys, where there's water, where there's buildings, maybe some hazards. Let me try to find something with like a hazard. Oh, you can't really see these too well, but some of the maps will have hazards which block some of the like if you can see this one right here, there's like a big old table in the middle of the map, so you can't place anything there. And there's some planters here, so you can't place anything there. So those will block where you can place monkeys, and it just makes it harder. Stuff like that. We'll get into all the different maps as we progress. But next we have the social tab, which will be unlocked at level 20, which is just fine. We'll get there when we get there. We've got the powers tab, which is going to be special abilities which you can activate in-game one time. So if you want like extra money in the game, you can get a cash drop, and it'll give you a one-time boost of like $2,000 or something that you can use in-game. And you buy these powers with monkey money. So if I had 200 monkey money, I could buy this, and then in the game I could use it and get an extra cash boost. And that goes for all of these. And then we have insta monkeys, which function the same way, but you cannot buy them. You can only earn them from completing achievements, doing challenges, playing certain rounds. If you complete like round 100 in the game, you'll get an insta monkey. And the way that insta monkeys work is that you can activate them in game for free, and they will just be a free version of that monkey with pre-bought upgrades. So if you get a dart monkey with like 2 upgrades on the top path, 2 on the bottom path, and none on the middle path or something like that, then you could just use that monkey for free in game at any time, which is very nice. And finally, for the tour, oh, sorry, there's a garbage truck outside. Hold on. Sorry about that. I totally forgot to close my window. I'll do that before next episode. But there's a garbage truck outside. Sorry about that. But finally, we have this monkey knowledge tab, which we can talk about more once we get to level 30. But basically, this is going to be the permanent upgrades tab. So if we want to upgrade a certain tower or group of towers permanently, this is where that's going to be. So for primary monkeys, like this one says tack shooters attack speed increased by 8%, and that's going to be permanent. So once I buy this, every time I place a tack shooter in the game, they're always going to shoot a little bit faster than they used to. And then, you know, as we progress through the trees, different towers get different upgrades and all that. We've got 1 tree for every type of monkey for primary, military, magic, and support. And we've got 1 for heroes, and we've got 1 for powers. So, you know, we'll talk about this more once we get to level 30, but that is that. And finally, I think the last thing to talk about before I end this episode and start the next one is going to be the difficulty system in this game. because each map in the game has a difficulty in that it is beginner, intermediate, advanced, or expert. So if I want to play a hard map, I would go to advanced or expert, and that means the map length is a bit shorter. It might have more than one entrance, more than one exit. It might have special things that move the balloons around in certain ways. It might have things you need to buy in the map to actually access it. It might have things that block the monkey's vision, whatever, so on and so forth. And on top of the map itself being hard or easy, there are different game difficulties. So if you play on easy, you need to get to round 40. In medium, you need to get to round 60. And on hard, you need to get to round 80. And on top of that, once you beat the standard difficulties, there's different challenges which have special rules which make it easier or harder depending on which one you play. So if you want to play on hard, you have to get to around 80, and then once you beat that, you might want to play Magic Monkeys only. So then you have to beat the map in hard mode only using Magic Monkeys, and then you unlock this one, and so on and so forth. And each time you beat a difficulty or its challenge, you get extra monkey money and you get a medal for it. So each map has the same challenges and difficulties, meaning that each map will have how many medals is this? You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different medals. 14 different medals for each map. So you can imagine how much content you can get out of this game just from, playing the basic, like the main game. That's not even talking about all the different mini games and challenges and different game modes that we get later on. So you can imagine, like I said, this game is huge just for being able to buy it for $10. So, like I said, if you want to stick around for this 100% journey, I'll be getting all the achievements, I'll be getting all the medals, I'll be getting all the heroes, I'll be getting all the hero skins, I'll be getting all the monkey knowledge points. So if you want to stick around for all that, please do. Let me know what you think in the comments. And like I said, this next batch of episodes is going to be pre-recorded. But if you want to catch me live, I'll be live on Twitch, which is going to be in the description and my channel info. Or if you want to catch me playing something else, that will also be in my Twitch. So yeah, thanks for watching if you stuck around this long, and I'll catch you in the next episode where we're actually going to be playing the game and seeing what's going on in the game itself. Alright, thank you. I'll see you next time.